Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Garrett here with Archetype Mortgage. I hope you're having a great day. I have some good news for you and I have some bad news for you. If you're a homeowner, you're going to be happy about this. If you're not a homeowner, well, you might want to consider buying one before you get priced out forever. Being pretty well versed in global politics and really following housing markets all over the world, the United States is in a very unique market. A lot of Americans think the housing prices are insane. Everyone else thinks the housing prices here are extremely reasonable and affordable. There's all these news articles and social media channels and talking heads talking about how prices are going to crash 80%. Everyone's going to lose their house. It's the end of the world. Never ever buy a house. Just rent forever. What do you think is more likely to happen in the current economic and political situation in America? There appears to be immigration at an almost unlimited level, and almost every other country around the world has a much more expensive house based on, their annual income to the house price ratio. If you talk to someone from Europe or China or Australia, South America, most people around the world, they're going to tell you, wow, I make like $10,000 a year, and a decent house, which is usually an attached condominium or apartment, is like $200,000 US. And an American who makes $80,000 a year is going to tell you, wow, the $250,000 house is outrageously expensive. It kind of puts things in perspective, food for thought. So you can be of one opinion where the sky is falling, the world is going to end, and no one can ever afford a house ever again. It's totally impossible. Or you can be of the opinion that buying a house is slightly more expensive than rent for something that's comparable in size and quality. And especially if you don't have a backyard in your 3-bedroom apartment, you're not going to have neighbors on 4 different walls yelling. When you purchase a house, it may be slightly more expensive, but they don't often talk about the principal payoff of your mortgage each month and the potential equity increase. And most people simply don't understand inflation, where if you simply just buy your house and keep it and just don't sell it. Realtors hate me for saying this, but don't ever sell your house. I mean, just don't sell it. If you keep it forever and rent it out when you're not living in it, you will make money over 20, 30 years, and a lot of it, and probably at a higher rate than inflation, and it's probably safer than stocks. So, on one hand, we have the people who think housing is too expensive, the economy is going to collapse, you should never buy a house, it's never the right time to buy a house. Now, on the other hand, as someone who runs a mortgage company, you have people who have life events that make them want to buy a house. People get married, people get pregnant, people have more children, people want to move into a good school district, people want to do all sorts of things that, even if the house itself or the interest rate may not be the most perfect thing in the world right now, overall, it makes sense in their financial picture. For example, if you're renting somewhere and you would need to pay private school to get this equivalent education across town at the public school, it makes perfect sense to buy a house over there, even the cheapest house on the block, because you're going to get more access to that and save $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month, depending on where you live, and how expensive those schools can be. The other thing people don't really talk about is when you buy a house with your family in it, it really changes the family dynamic compared to when you're renting. I've had tenants in properties I own have to move into my property at the last minute, middle of the school year, totally uprooting and making their family stressed to death because the landlord who owns the house where they were leasing wanted to sell, and they had 1 month to get out so they could get the property ready and list it for sale on the market. How do you think that changes the family dynamic when you have 2 or 3 kids all going to the same schools who are at risk of needing to change school districts mid-year? That's not going to be a good family dynamic. It's not going to be a good dynamic with your wife or your husband. It's just going to be a lot of stress. There's so many different fringe benefits that come from owning a home. It's almost hard to list all of them. But you generally take better care of your home. Generally, you're going to get along better with your neighbors because everyone else or the majority of the block owns their house too. And so they don't want it all falling apart and looking terrible. And every month you're building equity by paying down your mortgage. And if you are smart and you get a 30-year fixed rate loan, your mortgage payment will never increase. I talk to people all the time who say, wow, The rent has doubled in the last 10 years. It's unbelievable. Well, do you think the rent might double in the next 10 years? I don't know. What are the odds of that? What do you think? I think there's a good chance of the rent going up 50% over the next 10 years. Is your housing payment going to go up 50%? All those people I've talked to have been renting for the last 10 years and could have purchased with basically no money out of pocket 10 years ago with down payment assistance programs. They could have had their housing price double and their mortgage payment be 50% lower than current market rents. Talk about a benefit. Just don't sell. That goes back to my original point of just don't sell your house. I'm sorry, realtors. Just don't sell it. Keep it.